One. Good morning and welcome to Sports at Sunrise, where you get your morning sports opinions. I am Caleb. He is Geek. Geek, how are you today?
I'm tired, but other than that, pretty good. How are you?
I am, I'm stressed but fine. It's that time of the year
I'm
where you can stress
stressing.
over a bracket.
Well, I'm not stressing over mine because I don't know anything. So,
We'll start over in football. Logan Wilson is retiring.
yeah, that one's sad. He's only 29. I mean, he's retiring because he wants to and doesn't want to beat up his body more, but that's also just sad. He was still one of the best linebackers in all of football. It's also sad to have the only, real Wyoming kid no longer in the league.
Yeah.
Also, I stand by this. Even though I picked the Rams to win that Super Bowl, that still wasn't a hold. Still wasn't a hold. Still wasn't a hold. I was so mad.
Yeah. No, that's fair. It
I
wasn't
picked the Rams to win, but I was pissed at that call. That call was bad.
Yeah.
That call, and then the no call for Jalen Ramsey when Jamar Chase decided to grab his head and try to rip it off.
Yeah.
The refs were interesting in that game.
That's fair. Basketball. The only thing in the NBA, to be very clear, NBA with men's team. Luka dropped 60 against the Heat.
It's really funny that it was against the Heat.
That's why I'm laughing at it. He dropped 60. Bam saw like 28 and 15.
Nice. Well, Bam is the only player on that team.
Pretty much.
Tyler Hero's been playing well again, I guess. So
it won't matter. They're playing. It's bound. I wonder, have the Hornets? Oh yeah, the Hornets are comfortably in the play-in. I guess we know who the play-in teams are in the East now. Kind of.
interesting.
Well, are the Bucks, who's not going to get Giannis back, going to make a turnaround?
No.
Are the Bulls going to make a turnaround and catch up? At
Maybe.
Minimum 8 games, and that requires Charlotte to lose out?
Maybe. Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah, at this point, the bottom 5, the 5 through 10 seed is just going to be decided throughout because it's all 1 to 3 game gap.
I'm just rooting for the Timberwolves to sneak up to the 3 seed.
I need the Nuggets to lock it back in and sneak back up to at least the 4.
I genuinely would prefer it if Timberwolves and Nuggets were 3-4.
Yes.
I will be really annoyed if Timberwolves and Nuggets are 4-5.
I really want the 4 or 5 because I want OKC early.
Fair. I just don't want Denver and Minnesota first round because as much as I like to talk shit on Denver, I would prefer them over a lot of teams in this in the Western Conference.
A lot of people would rather.
I would love Denver and Minnesota in the Western Conference Finals again, because at least then I only have to be mildly annoyed if Minnesota loses.
Yeah, I stand by it. And every NBA fan of any of these teams ahead of Denver will say it. They would much rather not have to see Denver at any point, because if we get healthy, which is a big if
Denver
right now.
doesn't scare me, but that's just because the Timberwolves are entirely built to beat Denver.
Yeah.
Denver, could we lose that series? Absolutely. It's still Jokic. I understand that. But, out of every team in the West, the Timberwolves are the least afraid of the Nuggets because
best
they're built
matchup.
to
That's
beat
the best matchup for you guys in that situation. But, Houston
Yeah.
wants nothing of Denver. Sengun would be on a silver platter for 4 quarters,
Yeah.
and Jokic would have 50 a game.
Yeah.
San
The
Antonio.
Lakers don't want Denver because they don't have a center.
Yeah, Lakers would be killed.
The Spurs might be okay if Wemby can play enough minutes to matter.
Well, I think the Spurs are going to get killed in the playoffs is not Wemby. It's everyone around Wemby who's going to be the problem.
Yeah, that's fair.
They have a great regular season roster. I don't know if you want to rely on De'Aaron Fox when teams can just fully focus on Wemby to lead you to a ring.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes
That's
Jokic
fair.
so good, is if you fully focus on Jokic, someone's wide open. And Jokic will find who's wide open. Oh, and if you play 23 and a half good seconds of defense, there's still a 50-50 shot. Whatever the fuck he throws up goes in.
Fair.
Ready to talk baseball?
Sure. Basically, as always, only Rockies things. I know, everyone's surprised. I am fully confident at this point. It's very interesting. Going into spring training, I was sure Seth Halverson was going to win the Rockies closer role. I don't know if he's won the right to be on the opening day roster.
Yeah.
He's been bad. So I think Zach Agnos is going to be the closer, which is good. He earned it last year before his life exploded in the middle of the season, which happens. Hunter Goodman finally is starting to look okay, so that's something. But the big news and the sad news is Charlie Condon, the Rockies' number one prospect, and the guy I was hoping would win their first base job, did not. He was officially optioned back down to AAA. So TJ Rumfield won the starting first base job for the Rockies, which is deserved. He played really well. I just wanted it to be Condon because young developmental guy, I wanted to see him do good things. Though Warren Schaefer talked about him today, and he said that he, did everything you want from a top prospect, so go play, get some more at-bats at the high level. So I also think Rumfield and a couple of the other guys the Rockies have signed who will make the opening day roster are also probably guys who are just getting traded, which will free up. It's the thing for Charlie Condon, for Ada El Amador, for a couple other guys who have already been sent down. It is very much I expect by July we will see all of them. But I think that's all I've got for baseball. So what do we know about the madness that is Mark?
You want to start funny or stressful?
Yes.
Did you see we had the game that needed to be played for years?
Oh.
We had Arizona versus Long Island, the Battle of Ice Tea.
Gotcha. Well, Arizona won a lot.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's non-alcoholic.
Yeah. We'll speed run some of these. Utah State upset. I had Villanova. There wasn't a bracket buster. Okay, we'll save the bracket busters for a second. The big ones. Also, to be clear, not every game is done today. By the time of recording,
this is true.
There is some games. UConn game, for example, that is really tight. Is still not over.
Kansas and California Baptist is at halftime.
There's some games like the Missouri game, Missouri-Miami is at half. Only one of those games feels decided, but St. Louis beat the shit out of Georgia. Miami of Ohio lost. Everyone's heart is broken.
Is it? Does anyone care?
Yeah, a lot of people picked them as the Cinderella story.
I mean, I know a lot of people liked them coming in. But I guess I did pick them to win.
I did.
I picked them to go a lot farther than Whoops. They were not an Elite 8 pick, but I did Sweet 16 them, I think. Oh, also, I lied. UNC wasn't an Elite 8 either. So, that's a win.
That's fair. Let's see. A&M beat St. Mary's. Iowa beat Clemson. Some of these are just, it happened. We'll go to the stressful ones now. That ruined a lot of brackets. Texas beat BYU. Which was not as much of not a massive bracket buster, but AJ was arguably. It's the thing of you're used to being able to see sometimes the best player in these first rounds on a team and by far in the game, just be able to dominate over the course of the first round. And AJ, I'm not going to try to say his last name, definitely did that, seeing how he had 35 and 10 still.
The issue is he couldn't shoot a 3.
He couldn't shoot a 3, and neither could anyone on his team.
Yeah.
And Texas didn't shoot well, but they shot double their percentage. They made twice
they shot
triple,
literally
double
twice as good
on the same attempts too.
Yep.
Where it's
and
like,
out rebounded them, especially on the offensive side. Like, yeah, that's tough.
And that was a bracket buster in a sense, but not, end of the world.
Yeah, I know a lot of people had BYU going a ways.
But, well, I don't blame them because AJ is a demon and started playing 40 minutes a game a while ago. And basically said, I will play every minute of every game if it means we win. I do not care. And has talked about wanting to stay another year because of how much he loves playing in college.
Fair.
So I'm jumping around games.
Please do.
Some of these are not as huge.
How the fuck did St. Louis beat Georgia by 30?
Yeah. I need to. I should pull up that score.
Like, does Georgia just suck?
Oh, I think they just had a horrible shooting night as well. Yeah, they shot 26% from 3 on 40 attempts. Pretty much.
Yeah, they shot 35 from the field, which isn't great. Just a bad shooting day, I guess. Tough day to have a bad shooting day. Yeah, the UNC one still pisses me off.
Yeah, the UNC one is, I think, the second biggest, upset. Because that's a team a lot of people had going for.
Mm-hmm.
I had them in my Sweet 16. They're one of my 2 Sweet 16 teams out. And they lost an OT. But it's the same case we see a lot in March Madness of they couldn't hit a 3.
Yep.
I mean, 28% from 3. If they make their 3s, they win. They shot 60% from the free throw line. Like, they just couldn't do it. I hate it.
So, is the biggest upset Wisconsin and High Point?
I'm mad I didn't see this upset coming. This is one of those upsets people... I know some people did get them. Do you know why I should have seen this coming, Geek?
Why should you have seen this
Do
coming?
you remember a school called Oakland a few years back who upset Kentucky?
Yes.
And how they had that guy who had only shot 3s all season? Who absolutely killed him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to know what High Point had?
Did they have a guy who only shot 3s?
He has, before that game, had 4 3-point attempts, 4 2-point attempts all year.
Crazy.
You want to know why that hurts?
Why?
His name is Tace Johnston. He's the guy on the bottom.
Okay.
He made his first 2 in the NCAA tournament.
Nice.
It was the game-winning shot.
Nice.
And you know what? I tweeted this. I'm like, I swear to God, if I lose 2, because if my bracket gets killed early, I only had him Sweet 16 too, because some guy who hasn't made a 2-pointer made a fast break layup to take the lead with a few seconds left. I might die. And it's exactly what happened because Wisconsin got a horrible shot that everyone is like. They had like 5 seconds. Got a half quarter out of it.
Nice.
And it was like, you have 5 seconds, you can get a okay 3 out of it. It was frustrating. That was probably the biggest bracket buster of them all.
Yeah, definitely.
But there was also there was 2 big scares, in a sense. Kentucky Santa Clara. With about 3 seconds left, Santa Clara led in regulation by 3 points.
That's crazy.
First game of the day, by the way. Kentucky makes a half-court heave with .5, it gets it off with .5 seconds left, sends it to overtime, and wins in overtime.
Insane.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Which I had Santa Clara winning because Kentucky losing early is like the biggest raw win thing. Virginia gave everyone a scare. Sorry, there's a few more. I'm just now remembering. It
No worries.
scares me because I had Virginia Tech going to my Final Four, and they almost lost to Wright State. I don't
They
like.
won by 9.
They ended up winning by a margin, but I don't like when my Final Four teams play a team much worse than them, and it's a close game till like 4 minutes left. That's
fair.
not a good thing to see. Alabama did the same thing, but just for a half. I think they ended up taking care of whoever they played easily after that. Yeah, they ended up winning by 20. They were down. They entered half up 2 after being down like 15 at one point.
That's crazy.
So, that's not scary. I don't have them going far, thankfully, but it's the same Alabama issue they always have. I don't know how much you watch college basketball. They play a very
Not much, but I know Alabama's weird.
They play very high. They play like they're an NBA team, high pace, shoot a lot of threes.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are cold at any point against a good team, they're done. But what was easily the biggest scare of the tournament was a lot of people's national champion, Duke. Duke tried to lose this game.
Well, that's what Duke does.
Duke was down 11 at halftime.
Love that. Wish they would have lost. It would have been funny.
Duke got saved by a family.
Family.
The
Was
Boozers.
this Fast and the Furious?
The Boozer family saved him. Caden and Cameron Boozer were the heart and soul of this team. They couldn't make a 3. The team couldn't make a 3. But when your pair of brothers combine for a nice, 41 points of your 71 points, it helps. Cameron Boozer was a monster late in the game. It genuinely felt like if one of them didn't have the ball, it didn't go well. So they just started only having the ball. It was not fun stressing over Duke. I do think, and I think a lot of people do think this though, that it was more of a wake-up call for Duke because it felt like Duke came out playing with their food and got punched in the face for it. I have Duke winning my natty, which is why that was scary. I almost, first half of game 1, was...
Yeah. Fair.
It would have been... I would have been sad.
Yeah, that would have not been great.
No. It would have been horrid. But you know what? Duke won. We can be happy. Who did you have winning your bracket?
I just closed my bracket, so I don't remember. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi.
Blame ESPN for horrible web design.
Real.
I have... Oh, yeah, I decided to be a psychopath and pick Nebraska.
I don't hate that pick. They looked really good.
Fair.
But I went Duke. My bracket
I
according
have
to...
Iowa and Nebraska making it really far, which is funny.
Hey,
so far it's working.
Hey. My bracket is cold according to ESPN because I haven't had the greatest round of 64. The good thing for me is, of my round of 64, only 2 of those teams that lost make my Sweet 16. UConn, don't fuck it up for me. There's another one who's playing right now who's in trouble.
I don't think UConn's in trouble. It's closer than I thought.
Yeah. Try them.
Yeah, I have Nebraska, Kansas, Michigan, and Arizona as my Final 4.
I have Duke, Florida, Arizona, Virginia as my final four.
So yeah, I have Iowa beating Florida because I'm a psychopath.
I respect it, though.
If I call that upset, though, I don't know. That's all. If I call it. Anything else?
Not that I can think of. Anyways, that does it here at Sports at Sunrise. We hope you have an outstanding day, and bye!